It was a quiet afternoon in the old bookstore. The shelves were lined with dusty books, their spines bearing faded titles and their pages yellowed with age. The air was musty, filled with a scent of old paper and forgotten stories. The only sound was the soft whisper of pages turning as a lone girl stood in the corner, lost in the world of words. Her name was Lily, and she was a regular at the bookstore. She loved the peacefulness of the place, the way it seemed frozen in time. As she browsed through the shelves, she couldn't help but feel a sense of comfort and familiarity. The bookstore was her escape from the chaos of the outside world. As she reached for a book on the top shelf, she heard a faint whisper. At first, she thought it was just her imagination playing tricks on her. But then it came again, a soft voice calling her name. She turned around, but there was no one there. Confused, she shrugged it off and continued browsing. But the whispers persisted, growing louder and more urgent. Lily felt a chill run down her spine as she realized the voices were coming from the books themselves. She walked towards the source of the sound, her curiosity getting the best of her. As she got closer to the back of the store, the whispers grew louder, and she could make out snippets of conversations. One book was telling a love story, while another was sharing a tale of adventure. Lily was amazed. She had never heard books speak before. But then, she heard a voice that sounded familiar. It was her favorite childhood book, the one she had read over and over again. It was whispering to her, urging her to open it. Lily hesitated, unsure of what she would find. But her curiosity won, and she opened the book. In that moment, she was transported into the world of the story. She was no longer in the old bookstore, but in a magical land filled with talking animals and mystical creatures. She explored this new world, forgetting about everything else. But eventually, the voices grew fainter and Lily found herself back in the bookstore. The book was back on the shelf, as if nothing had happened. Lily couldn't believe what had just happened. Was it all just a dream? But then she noticed a note tucked inside the book. It read, "Thank you for bringing the story to life. We have been waiting for someone like you." Lily smiled, knowing that she had found a special connection with the books in the old bookstore. From that day on, she would always hear their whispers and she would always answer their call.